about that? Jimmy,
you're excited, don't they?
Wow. Well, then, because you're here for the star of Twilight is right here on the couch and appears to have come straight from his job as an orderly at a nearby hospital. What's that you're wearing? That's not a shirt.
That's all right, isn't it?
What is it?
It's apparently fashion.
Well, Jimmy, I was talking about the way you looked in there, and you do, joking aside, you do look great. He does look great. You lost, when was it you lost the weight? Because you weren't huge, but you lost
why I lost the weight. I lost the weight because I came on this show and you sort of undressed me and groomed me at one stage, and then I lost a bit of weight, and that, you know. But you managed to keep it off, that's the thing. I know most of us who've wanted to lose weight, we lose it, we put it back on again. We lose it, we put it back on again. We yo-yo diet, that's what we do. And yet you've managed to sort of stay on that, borderline unwell-looking weight level. Because people are concerned about It's a weird thing, it does sound like a euphemism, doesn't it, when someone goes, you've lost weight. He's lost weight. Yeah. It sounds like, oh dear, the next sentence is going to be, well, enjoy the last year.
But you seem to lose a lot quickly. That's why people maybe thought that you were ill or something. But of course, this is just.
No, I stopped eating like a pig all the time. How did you manage to put so much on? What?
And me on my last legs. Have you seen Penn and Teller live? You must have seen them. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Last time I was in Las Vegas, we really wanted to see them and they weren't on. But it's an extraordinary... I've seen a lot of the TV shows.
But you've never seen them perform up because they're going to do some stuff out here. Well, they're here in the UK, you should go and see them.
It does make me feel a bit bad being on the show, though, because you've got Penn and Teller, who are properly, I mean, magical. They'll make you believe stuff can happen that's properly using magic. And you've got Ellen on, who's an incredible actress. You've got Tom that can probably sing. And what am I? Just a chancer.
But
I mean, that's what comics are. It's the lowest rung on the showbiz ladder. The only thing below me is jugglers and chat show hosts. I've got nothing. But it is, it's like... You do feel so outclassed by Tom Jones, because it's a matter of verifiable fact.
Hold it. Look at that. We're getting a full show there. That's pretty good. Can you do 4, Penn?
I can do 4, sure. Pass me 3. Pass you 3? Can you pass?
Well, they've all got incredible stuff.
Whole new show.
Oh, no, I can't. It's just I've never done it with...
Tom, you ever juggled?
Okay.
Just juggle. I'll take him away and give him back to you.
Hold it. I don't know whether this should be allowed. What's going to...
This is going to take a while, Jonathan. Get comfortable.
I can see... This is obviously how you get them asleep when you're babysitting, Penn. OK, well, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
No, we're not going to come back to it. You stay right here. Watch it. You brought up juggling. You watch it.
You realise, Jonathan, if people are just tuning in, they're going to think, yeah, the last couple of shows, he really is phoning this one in. It's just people juggling.
There we go. Done.
Yeah. That was good. Callum managed to sleep through the whole spectacle.
Oh, these talented people.
Did anyone see Jimmy Carr on Channel 4's live election night coverage? Did you see that? I got the feeling...
All of our viewers are here.
Yeah. No, it did pretty well, and it was a very brave show to do. It was brave on a number of levels. It was to do election. It was a kind of a younger person's channel, and a big live broadcast of that. That must have been kind of nerve-wracking.
Well, I'd never done... I mean, I do a lot of live stuff, obviously. I'm live on stage most nights of the week.
But that's different because you're in your own comfort zone, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've done a lot of it. I found it absolutely terrifying. Just the idea of being out there and go, I can't remember what my name is. What am I doing? Oh, my God, I'm going to dry up.
And it was like 4 hours, and you had to get, obviously some factual information as well. Are they going to do it again for the next election? I suppose it's too far to tell, but
I think we're going to come back and do a similar show early next year. We're going to try and do a live show and try and capture some of that, to talk about stuff that people are interested in. Because I think a lot of people are interested in current affairs, but they don't want to watch a boring news show. So you're trying to make it kind of a bit fun.
With the same people, with David Mitchell, with Charlie Brooker, with Lauren Laverne, it's going to be the same team?
I hope so, yeah,
okay.
So
now, 8 out of 10 cats, that's going strong. You're still doing more of this. How long have you done that for? For quite a long while.
This is the 10th season. We're about 90 shows in now.
Well, who would have thought that it would last that long?
I know, yeah, it's not that good. That's all right. It's a good show, and we're coming back in September. We're doing another run of that in September, which is a lot of fun to do. It's really fun to kind of mix the, doing stand-up and doing, like, TV shows, because TV shows it's such a group thing. It's not just one person.
When you're touring, though, I mean, you tour pretty much all year round. I know you take some breaks off, but you are, I said, he's one of the hardest working comedians. Really are. You're out there all the time, aren't you?
Hardest working comedian is a bit like being the tallest dwarf, though, isn't it? It's like you're the best of a bad bunch.
Yeah, because it's not the most gruelling work.
Well, just because it's, I suppose it's my job, but it's not really work, is it? I mean, it's like, there's no one sort of after a hard week sitting down to watch this going, that poor lad, he has to tell jokes for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not the same.
How does he cope?
But it must be quite, not tricky, but it must be sometimes to get the kind of energy to go, OK, I'm going to go out there and be funny again. Do you not ever find it
It's such a privileged position, I found. And the energy you get from being in a room, there's such a wonderful thing when... I mean, doing TV is kind of different because you're a guest in someone's home. which is, you know, it's a wonderful thing to do. But when you do a live gig, when people have paid in, so you've got 1,000 people in a room or 2,000 people in a room, and they've all got the same sense of humour. And when people talk about kind of a sense of community, I think that's the sense of community, because that's so much to have in common with strangers. There's such a wonderful atmosphere in there, and you're all laughing together. And at my gigs, obviously, you get lots of heckles, you get lots of people joining in.
And what kind of heckles do you normally encounter?
My favourite are the weird, like...
That wasn't a heckle, that was like either a sneeze or a death rattle. I mean,
the effect I have on the ladies.
Oh, someone's just gone.
My favourite heckle recently was I like weird ones. I had one I was in Cardiff doing a show in the Millennium Theatre, beautiful room.
Yeah.
And someone just down the front went, "Dragon." What? Sorry? Dragon? What? He went, "I'd like a joke about a dragon, please." So then, and it was just before the interval. So then in the interval, I had to sit and write a joke about a dragon.
So you can do that. You can sit down if someone gave you the subject.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, what was the dragon
it's
joke
not
you came up
joke.
with? Well, let's have it anyway, because it's a nice moment.
Two dragons walk into a pub. One says to the other, "It's hot in here." The other one says, "Shut your mouth." It's a joke. It's like a joke, Jake. It's like your kids.
20 minutes. Okay.
But it's like that's like every joke I've ever written. Every joke is reverse engineered. You start with a punchline and try and kind of
so
cobble
you
it together
started with
backwards.
You thought, what is it about dragons? The qualities,
heat,
flame,
something. Doing, yeah.
But you write a load of them. I know you have like a DVD out every year. So there'll be another one out this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a DVD called Making People Laugh out this year, which is last year's show. It's the show that.
So you do new material right at the end of the year, then you record and put it out, and so you write basically a whole new show every year.
So it starts in August this year. The new tour is called, I think it's called Laughter Therapy.
Right.
This one, and it's brand new jokes, and that's my kind of little. I don't know, you'd call it superstition or whatever, but before I do a new tour, I like to write 250 one-liners.
So and that's how many you need to get through the show?
Yeah, I've got, well, you know, I'm not going to get by on, you know, bon ami and a laugh and a smile. As I said, I've got no talent. I can't juggle with an actress.
But he wasn't juggling with the actress, he was juggling with sweets. She happened to be standing in front of him.
She didn't happen to be standing in front of me. She was juggling herself and doing a fine job. I wasn't juggling in front of an actress. The actress was juggling herself. No, she wasn't. She was juggling candy.
Juggling herself sounds like a euphemism for something. I don't know what's... That sounds like... I suspect if she was juggling herself, even Teller would wake up, to be frank, I think.
Turns out these candies have a greater purpose than diabetes.
That's it. They're juggling tools. And look at Tom sitting there, the older statesman.
He's about to make his move.
Aye, aye. Dragon! OK. All right,
I do love the...
OK.
I mean, obviously, his singing voice is amazing, but I love that accent. That accent I'm convinced the Welsh accent was invented by a dad losing at Scrabble.
You think that... What gives an example?
Well, the Welsh language was invented by a dad losing at Scrabble, because if you look at it, like, that's not a word, it starts with 3 L's. It's just an angry dad going, "It is a bloody word." Well, how's it pronounced? It's terrifying.
I'd be very careful if I were you, because Tom may be older than you, but he could still snap you in half like a twig. Isn't that right, Tom?
Yes.
You don't mess with Sir Tom Jones. You don't mess with the Welsh when Sir Tom's in the room.
I'll mess with the Welsh. I'll mess with the Welsh. Well, not mess with the Welsh, but I'll tell you a story about the last time I did a gig in Llandudno.
Yeah.
Right? I was there, right? So I got to the gig. It's a beautiful place, lovely kind of seaside town. Got on stage, I went, "It's lovely to be in Llandudno." And a bloke down the front, face like thunder, went, "It's not Llandudno, you bloody fool. It's Llandudno. In Wales, the double L is pronounced with a C." I said, "All right, don't be a lunt about it."
You see, that's what you get if you talk back during the gig. We have a clip of Jimmy in action. This is Making People Laugh.
Oh, it's not like that DVD I sent you, OK.
No, it's not the home movie. If you haven't seen Jimmy live, you can get yourself some tickets. He's a brilliant performer, look at this. Is that from the next DVD?
That's from the new DVD, yeah.
OK. And so you've got the whole new show written, you're kind of ready to start...
Whole new show written, doing previews. I've got the last couple of tour dates on this tour.
Wow.
And then I have 2 days off, and then the new one starts in Edinburgh.
And what do you have a game plan in terms... Because you've been doing this kind of routine, this kind of workload, you've been doing for, what, 5 years, 8 years now?
This is my 9th solo show, my 9th Edinburgh, and I haven't taken any time off.
And so will you, though? Are you going to sort of, like, start slowing down?
Maybe a little bit. No, I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. And I love travelling around the country doing gigs, so I think I'll stick at it for a bit. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
he couldn't be bothered to put on a shirt for us this evening, but I'm sure you'll agree he was a marvellous guest. Mr. Jimmy Carr. I thought the show was ridiculous. No one agreed.